Listen to learn, learn to listen. You've been told you're weak because you gave up on others and started fighting for yourself. You've been told you were weak because you stopped chasing others and started following your own path. You've been told you've been weak because you set boundaries and you got guidelines and stipulations when it comes to your time, your effort, and your energy. You've been told you've been weak because you're not fighting for others. You're fighting for yourself. You've been told you was weak because you don't fight with others. You fight with yourself. You've been told you're weak because you gave up on family, friends, neighbors, or a job, or a career, or a position. You've been told you're weak because you enhance your diet. You've been told you've been weak because you pay attention to what you say, when you say it, how you say it, who you say it around. You've been told you've been weak because you became silent. You've been told you was weak because you became distant. You've been told you were weak because you're at a distance from the world, from people, from friends, from family. You've been told you're weak because you're not the mother people expect you or thought you should be or think you should be. You've been told you've been weak because you're not the man or the father people believe you should be or think you should be or thought you would become. You've been told you've been weak because you don't give unnecessary time, unnecessary conversation, unnecessary energy to people. You've been told you've been weak because you don't listen to the same music any longer. You don't watch the same TV shows any longer. You've been told you've been weak because you deactivated your Facebook, because you deactivated your Instagram. You've been told you've been weak because you're not on Snapchat any longer. You don't tweet things out on X any longer. You've been told you've been weak because you unsubscribe from certain people's platform on YouTube. You've been told you've been weak because you set your boundaries and your standards higher. You've been told you've been weak because you stop listening to others and start listening to yourself. You've been told you've been weak because you seek spirituality and you're not dealing with religion any longer. You've been told you was weak because you just don't pay people attention any longer. You've been told you was weak because you just decided to become more mentally strong. You've been told you was weak because you hit the gym every day. You've been told you was weak because you don't need your phone every day. You've been told you were weak because you rather walk and jog and ride your bike than drive everywhere. You've been told you was weak because you know how to ignore things and people. You've been told you've been weak because you don't go the direction that people want you to go in. You've been told you've been weak because you're not paying attention to the sideline and the clown show. You've been told you were weak because of someone else's insecurities. You've been told you was weak because you don't listen to everything that your doctor says. You've been told you've been weak because you don't listen to everything politicians say. You've been told you was weak because you're not studying what people tell you to study. You've been told you was weak because you chose your own direction with your education. You've been told you were weak because you stopped fighting with somebody you had a kid by. You was told you was weak because you never was married. You was told you was weak because you got a divorce. You was told you were weak because you're not in a relationship. You was told you was weak for being in a relationship. You've been told you was weak because you're not worrying about luxury items. You've been told you was weak because you stopped listening to other people tell you you've been weak. You've been told, you've been told, you've been told. Well, the strength of the matter is you're actually strong because you're listening to yourself. You're actually strong because you're ignoring what naysayers say. You're actually strong because you're fighting for yourself and not fighting for others. You're strong because you display integrity, honor, and dignity. You're actually strong because you have self-confidence, self-esteem, self-respect, self-control, self-discipline. You're actually strong because you believe in yourself. You're actually strong for listening to yourself. You're actually strong for ignoring the haters and the outsiders and the naysayers. You're actually strong by deactivating Facebook, by deactivating Instagram. You're actually strong for setting boundaries, having boundaries. You're actually strong for making tough decisions to change your diet. You're actually strong for getting more sleep. You're actually strong for staying off the internet. You're actually strong for taking walks, for going on a jog, for riding your bike, for taking a hike. You're actually strong for drinking more water. You're actually strong for reading more books. You're actually strong for wanting a peace of mind. You're actually strong by not being controlled by a relationship, by a job, by a family, by a spouse, by children, by parents. You're actually strong. So don't allow others to plant their insecurities on you. Don't allow others to control you with guilt, with emotionalism, with fear, with lack thereof, self-discipline, self-control, intelligence. You control you. It's not wrong with listening to what someone has to say, but you make that final decision for you, for your mental health. And once you're uncomfortable or once you're unhappy, leave the situation alone. Doesn't matter who's involved with it. Because when you're not involved with it, you'll become happier. You're actually strong for gaining and getting distance from other people. If you're new to my platform, hit the like button and subscribe. And if you care, you share. And if you care, you share. I appreciate everybody, time, effort, and energy. Remember, it's a difference between strong and weak, and it's a difference between somebody looking to make you feel guilty or ashamed or hurt based on what they think about you and your happiness and your mental health. Peace and power to everybody on the planet Earth. Peace, world.